The autumn mist clung to the hills like a wet shawl as Eilis stepped outside her stone cottage, bucket in hand. The year was 1744, and morning chores waited for no one, not even on days when the fog made the world feel strange and hollow. She was heading to the well when she saw it. A door. Not just any door, a perfectly carved wooden door, no taller than her knee, built into the base of the old hawthorn tree at the edge of her property. The one her grandmother had warned her never to disturb. Fairy trees, Grand had whispered on her deathbed, are doorways between worlds. Eilis froze. She'd passed this tree 1,000 times. There had never been a door before. The wood was dark and polished, with intricate Celtic knots carved into its surface. A tiny brass handle gleamed in the grain light. Against every instinct screaming at her to run, Eilis crouched down and reached for it. The handle was warm. She pulled. The door swung open with a whisper, revealing not the hollow of a tree, but a tunnel, smooth, glowing with a faint silver light that seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. The air that drifted out smelled of honey and lightning. Eilis's heart hammered. She should walk away. She should go milk the cow and forget she'd ever seen this. Instead, she got on her hands and knees and crawled inside. The tunnel was only a few feet long, but when she emerged on the other side, she wasn't in a tree at all. She was in a small, circular chamber made of living roots that twisted and wove together like a cathedral ceiling. Soft moss cushioned the ground. And in the very center, sitting on a pedestal of woven branches, was something that didn't belong. A flat, black rectangle, glass smooth and cold to the touch. Eilis picked it up carefully, turning it over in her hands. It was lighter than it looked, and when her finger accidentally brushed its surface, the glass blazed to life. Eilis yelped and nearly dropped the thing. Symbols and colors danced across its face, glowing like trapped fireflies. Then words appeared in a language she could somehow read. Slide to unlock. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her memory.
The Fae leave gifts and traps in equal measure.
Trembling, Eilis slid her finger across the glass. The device chimed, a sound like tiny bells, and more symbols appeared. Her eyes darted across them, strange icons, mysterious words. Then she noticed one that seemed important, a circle with sound waves rippling from it. She pressed it a couple of times.
What can I help you with?
Eilis, startled, drops the strange device on the moss floor. It bounced harmlessly and continued speaking. The voice was female, calm, completely unbothered by impact. Eilis's breath came in short gasps.
I didn't quite catch that. Could you say that again? Who are you? Where are you?
Said Eilis. There was a pause. The glow steadied. The chamber suddenly felt smaller. Too small. If this thing truly spoke from some distant time, she would not hide from it beneath roots and silver light, like a frightened child. Her grandmother had always said courage and foolishness were close cousins. Eilis swallowed, then did something braver than crawling through fairy tunnels. She picked up the device.
If you are from the future, then you will walk with me into the present.
The morning air struck her face. The hawthorn tree stood silent behind her, as though it had never held a doorway at all. The device glowed faintly through the fabric. "Where are we?" the voice asked.
Where are we? My world.
For the first time, Eilis did not feel like the intruder. She crossed the dew-wet field toward her cottage, the village roofs just visible beyond the rise of the hill. Smoke curled from chimneys. Somewhere, a dog barked. The future hummed quietly against her palm. And then, "What would you like to know?" the voice from the device asked.